Welcome to 21st Sports recap and reaction to the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Patriots. This is the first game of the 2015 NFL season right here, week 1, September 10th, 2015. It took place in Foxboro, Massachusetts. So we're going to go over the stats as well as every possession in this game, and we're going to give our analysis for the game. But let's start off by going over the game and how it all went down. And it started off with the Patriots kicking off to the Steelers. And on first down, they ended up picking up 18 yards with a run by Williams. And so Williams picked up 18. That brought the ball from the 20 out to the 38. So another first down. This time at the Pittsburgh 38, Roethlisberger hooks up with Antonio Brown for 9 yards. That set up 2nd and 1 at the Pittsburgh 47. Then Williams ended up running for 4 yards. That brought the ball across the 50. So it was now a first down at the New England 49-yard line for the Steelers. Roethlisberger then hit Heath Miller for a 14-yard first down. And now it was 1st and 10 at the New England 35 after that pass. Then they ended up running the ball out of the shotgun. And Williams picked up 11 yards on the halfback draw. So now it's 1st and 10 on the New England 24. And they went for an end around, but Antonio Brown ended up getting dropped for an 8-yard loss. I've seen some places call that a sack, although he's not the quarterback. But so then that set up 2nd and 18 from the New England 32 after that loss. And Williams ended up running the ball out of the shotgun. He picked up 4 yards, but there was an offensive holding penalty, which brought the Steelers back another 10 yards. It made it 2nd and 28 from the New England 42. So it looked promising. They were right there in field goal range, looking like they were going to go down to the red zone and maybe the end zone. But instead, with the trick play, ended up bust. And then the holding penalty brought it to 2nd and 28. And on 2nd and 28, they ended up getting a 6-yard run by Johnson. And easily ended up getting injured during that play. And for the Patriots, that made it 3rd and 22 after that 6-yard run. And so now out of the shotgun, Roethlisberger would hit the tight end Miller, and Heath Miller picked up 10 yards, and that made it 4th and 12 from the New England 26 as they failed to get back to the original line of scrimmage where they started out in this once they had gotten to the 24. So they're 2 yards shy of that, and so now that set up a 44-yard field goal attempt for Josh Scooby. And Scooby missed it. It was wide right. And of course, that was due to the weather. I would definitely attribute that to, as it was raining pretty much throughout the whole game, and it was basically a matter of how light or heavy. It seemed to get heavier later on in the game, but it was raining pretty heavy before the game, light during the early part of the game. But so now the Patriots would take over after the missed field goal on their own 34-yard line. And on 1st and 10, Brady out of the shotgun hit Julian Edelman. He picked up 13 yards, but an unnecessary roughness call against Solder for 15 yards would make it a first down on the 32. And so now Brady would end up hitting Lewis. He picked up 12 yards, and that brought the ball to the New England 44. And they went no huddle at this point. Brady then ended up going to Lewis. Lewis picked up 13 yards on a pass out of the shotgun. And then that was over the 50-yard line in the Pittsburgh 43. 1st and 10, no huddle. Once again out of the shotgun. This time an incomplete pass. Brady trying to hook up with Gronkowski. Now 2nd and 10, still at the Pittsburgh 43. Brady, another incomplete pass, this time attempting to hit Amendola. So now 3rd and 10, Brady gets sacked by Dupree. Bud Dupree with the sack, and so that set up the 4th and 10, still on the 43, as Allen would come out as Brady got sacked right there at the line of scrimmage. So now after the punt, the Steelers would take over on their own 7-yard line. Williams ran it for 6 yards on first down to set up 2nd and 4 at the Pittsburgh 13. Williams then lost a yard to set up 3rd and 5 on the Pittsburgh 12. Roethlisberger out of the shotgun hits Antonio Brown. He picks up 10 yards in the first down to bring the ball to the Pittsburgh 22 to set up 1st and 10. Williams then ran for 4 yards, but an illegal formation call against Beachum would be a 5-yard penalty and make it 1st and 15 at the Pittsburgh 17. So now the shotgun Roethlisberger goes to Brown, but he only picks up 3 yards. Sets up 2nd and 12 at the Pittsburgh 20, and Roethlisberger is sacked by Hightower. He's trapped for 6 yards, and that set up 3rd and 18 at the Pittsburgh 14. So now the shotgun, Roethlisberger goes to the tight end Miller, and he picks up 17 yards and is just shy of the first down. So now it's 4th and 1, but then they ended up getting a penalty call. And so then on the punt, after Amendola ended up bringing it back 15 yards, a penalty for an illegal block would be enforced. And so now it would be a first down for the Patriots on their own 10-yard line after the penalty. So now Lewis would run the ball for 8 yards on first down for the Patriots and bring it up to the 18. It was now 2nd and 2. Lewis then picked up another yard on 2nd down to set up 3rd and 1 from the Patriots 19, and Tom Brady took it himself as he picked up 1 yard on the quarterback sneak, and the fans erupted in Foxboro. So now it's 1st and 10 on the Patriots 20. Lewis would end up picking up 5 yards, but a penalty on Solder, his second penalty of the game here in the first quarter. And that was a 10-yard penalty for holding, which would make it 1st and 20 back at the New England 10-yard line. So now Brady out of the shotgun hits Dobson for 9 yards. That made it 2nd and 11 at the New England 19. Still out of the shotgun as time was expiring in the first quarter. Brady hits Edelman. He picks up 9, and that brings the first quarter to a close. So it was scoreless after 1 quarter of play. And to begin the second quarter, it would be 3rd and 2 on the New England 28 for the Patriots. Julian Edelman then ended up running it on end around for 9 yards on the reverse. And so now it was a first down, 1st and 10 on the New England 37. Bolden then lost 3 yards on a run as Shazier was there to stuff him in the backfield. And now it was 2nd and 13 on the New England 34. Brady then goes to Lewis, and Lewis picks up 7 yards on the reception to set up 3rd and 6 on the New England 41. Brady then goes to Julian Edelman. He picks up 8 yards in the first down at the New England 49. And then Lewis brings the ball across the 50 with a 3-yard run to set up 2nd and 7 on the Pittsburgh 48. Brady then went to Edelman, who picked up 13 yards in the first down at the Pittsburgh 35. It was now 1st and 10, and Brady drops back. He hits Gronkowski, and Gronkowski picks up 19 yards, setting a first down up in the red zone, as it was now a first down on the Pittsburgh 16. Brady now out of the shotgun, drops back. He hits Gronk, and Gronk, he bounces a few defenders off of him as Gronkowski scores the touchdown and scores the first points of this season as the Patriots would go up 7-0 after the extra point. It was the first extra point from the extended distance as they've moved the extra point back now. So the Patriots get on the scoreboard first and score the first points of the seasons. And now Gostkowski kicks off. And now it's 1st and 10 on the Pittsburgh 20 after the touchback. Williams then ran for 2 yards on first down, and it was 2nd and 8 on the Pittsburgh 22. Roethlisberger then threw an incomplete pass looking for the tight end Miller. It was now 3rd and 8 at the Pittsburgh 22. Roethlisberger out of the shotgun hits Darius Hayward-Bay, who makes an amazing catch and brings it to 43 yards all the way across the 50 to the New England 35. So now it was a first down, and they went no huddle out of the shotgun, and they handed it off to Williams, and he picks up 6 yards. So now 2nd and 4 on the New England 29. No huddle once again. They give it back to Williams, but this time he only gets 1 yard, and that sets up 3rd and 3. Still out of the shotgun, but they did go to the huddle this time. Roethlisberger looking for Antonio Brown, and it's incomplete. Butler with some great defense for the Patriots as he was playing excellent all game long. And that would make it 4th and 3. So now Scooby would come out to attempt his second field goal, this one from 46 yards, as he missed the 44-yarder earlier. And he missed this one now from 46, wide right as well. As you could tell that the weather conditions were definitely affecting the long field goal accuracy of Scooby, as he's usually a pretty good kicker, but here he missed 2 from 40+. So it would remain 7-0 with the Patriots still in the lead as they would now take over after the missed field goal on their own 36-yard line. Brady then went to Julian Edelman. He picked up 14 yards in the first down as the ball was now on the 50-yard line at midfield. They handed it off to Lewis. Lewis picks up no gain, and so now it's 2nd and 10, still at the 50. Brady out of the shotgun. He hits Amendola. He picks up 18 yards in the first down at the Pittsburgh 32. Sending up first down now for Brady to hit Bolden, who goes 12 yards. Another first down as they're on the edge of the red zone at the Pittsburgh 20. They hand it off to Lewis. He picks up 8 yards, and that sets up 2nd and 2 at the Pittsburgh 12. They go no huddle, give it back to Lewis. He only picked up 1 yard, though. So that set up 3rd and 1 at the Pittsburgh 11. Brady took it up the middle for 2 yards in the first down. Now it was 1st and goal on the Pittsburgh 9. Brady goes to Edelman. He picks up 3 to set up 2nd and goal on the 6. And Brady finds Rob Gronkowski as Gronkowski catches his 2nd touchdown of the game. And it was now 14-0 Patriots after the extra point. So Brady with the first 2 touchdown passes of the season going to Gronkowski. And so now the Pittsburgh Steelers would take over after the kick, and it would be on the 17-yard line after they return this one out of the end zone. And so now shotgun, Roethlisberger goes for Antonio Brown. He picks up 5 yards. I mean, it's 2nd and 5 on the Pittsburgh 22. Out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. He picked up 9 yards, but a holding penalty against Wallace would bring him back to the 12 and set up 2nd and 15. Still out of the shotgun, Roethlisberger now goes to the tight end, Heath Miller. He picks up 9. That sets up 3rd and 6 at the Pittsburgh 21. Roethlisberger then goes to Antonio Brown. He picks up 37 yards. So 37 yards on the play as the game went to the 2-minute warning. That brought the ball across the 50-yard line to the New England 42 for the first down. Coming out of the 2-minute warning, shotgun, Williams takes it 2 yards, setting up 2nd and 8 at the New England 40. Now out of the no huddle in the shotgun, Roethlisberger finds Williams for a 5-yard pass. That set up 3rd and 3 at the New England 35. Still out of the no huddle in the shotgun. Roethlisberger throws an incomplete pass, and the Patriots take their first time out of the game. So now it's 4th and 3 at the New England 35, and they elected to go for it as they had missed 2 field goals already in this game, and that field goal would have been a 52-yard attempt, and he had missed a 44 and a 46-yarder, so they went for it on 4th and 3 out of the shotgun, and Roethlisberger hits Darius Hayward-Bay, and he picks up 4 yards, and the Pittsburgh Steelers take their first time out of the game. So now it's 1st and 10 at the New England 31 with 43 seconds left in the game. And out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. He picks up 5 yards. Now time is running. It's 2nd and 5 at the New England 26. Out of the no huddle in the shotgun, Roethlisberger ends up stopping the clock with an incomplete pass. Now they take a timeout, and they actually, at that point, didn't even need to take a timeout because the clock was already stopped, and they could have taken a timeout after the run by Williams, but precious time had been run off the clock, and they had wasted the timeouts that they actually did have to use in that situation. The Patriots also took a timeout, their second timeout as well. Now it's 3rd and 5 as both teams got back to play with 13 seconds left in the first half. The ball on the New England 26 and an incomplete pass from Roethlisberger looking for Hayward-Bay. And now it's 4th and 5 at the New England 26. And now Scooby would attempt his 3rd field goal of the game, his 2nd from 44 out. And this time he hits the field goal, and it's good. And that puts the Steelers on the board and makes the score New England 14, Pittsburgh 3. And that also, moments later, the game would go to halftime after the kickoff. So we would end up with a kickoff in the second half by Scooby, as the Patriots would end up getting the ball first in the second half. And so Brady would have it on the 20-yard line after the touchback. It was 1st and 10. He found Edelman for a 10-yard pass, and now it's 1st and 10 at the New England 30. Lewis then ran it for 4 yards to make it 2nd and 6 at the New England 34. and then Bolden ran it for 1 yard. Now it's 3rd and 5 at the New England 35, and Brady out of the shotgun finds Edelman for a 10-yard pass, and that made a first down on the New England 45-yard line. Lewis then ran it 11 yards, and now it's a first down in Pittsburgh territory as he crossed the 50 and brought the ball to the Pittsburgh 44. Lewis then ran it for 9 yards. It was now 2nd and 1 at the Pittsburgh 35. Then out of the shotgun, Brady gives it to Amendola, and the pass goes 6 yards. So now it's a first down at the Pittsburgh 29. Out of the shotgun, Brady incomplete, but there was a pass interference call against Pittsburgh. It was pretty obvious pass interference, and that would set up 1st and goal on the 1 yard line for the Patriots. And so then they ended up running it with Bolden, but he did not pick up any yards. And so now it's 2nd and goal at the 1 after the run for no gain. And then Brady ends up hitting Scott Chandler for the touchdown. As the new Patriot, the ex-Buffalo Bill, scores the touchdown as Brady gets his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And all 3 touchdown passes go into tight ends at this point. 2 to Gronk and now 1 to Chandler, and Gronk was actually right there, and they bid on Gronk. He was triple covered, and that left Chandler open for that touchdown to make it 21-3 Patriots over the Steelers as the Patriots score on their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And so now the Steelers would get the ball for the first time in the second half after the kickoff and the touchback, and they would start their drive on their own 20-yard line. They would hand the ball to Williams. He ran it 28 yards all the way to the Pittsburgh 48 for the first down. So Roethlisberger now hit Brown. He picked up 33 yards, and they were now on the New England 19 after going 61 yards in just 2 plays. And so now Williams would run the ball 7 yards, and then 2nd and 3 from the 12 as they're in the red zone. Williams now picks up 10 yards, brings the ball all the way to the New England 2-yard line, setting up 1st and goal. He then picked up 1 yard, and now the Patriots took their first time out of the second half. It was now 2nd and goal on the 1-yard line after the 1-yard run, and Johnson would get stuffed for no gain, so that set up 3rd and goal on the 1. And they give it back to Johnson, and Johnson punches it in from a yard out. And so now it was a touchdown. They end up going for 2 points, and Roethlisberger hit Wheaton for the 2-point conversion. And so the first 2-point conversion with the possibility of the defense being able to return it happened. So the first 2-point conversion of the 2015 season, and the first 2-point conversion with the new extra point rule in effect. So now the score was 21-11 with the Patriots still in the lead over the Steelers, with the lead now 8 points. And the Steelers now kicked it off. It was a touchback, and so the Patriots would start their second drive of the second half on their own 20-yard line. Lewis then ran it 13 yards for a first down to the New England 33. Then out of the no-huddle, Brady hits Edelman, but he lost 5 yards. So now it's 2nd and 15 at the New England 28. Now the shotgun, Brady hits Edelman for a 12-yard reception. It made it 3rd and 3 at the New England 40. Brady was then sacked for a 7-yard loss by Allen, and out would come the punting unit to punt from the New England 33 on 4th and 10. So now the Steelers would take over after a 3-yard gain on the punt, and that would set them up on their own 27 with the first down. They handed it off to Williams. He picked up 12 yards in the first down at the Pittsburgh 39. Williams then picked up 5 yards, setting up 2nd and 5 at the 44. Williams then lost a yard, and so now it's 3rd and 6 at the Pittsburgh 43. Roethlisberger out of the shotgun finds Antonio Brown for a 12-yard reception. It was now a first down at the New England 45 as he crossed midfield. Now Roethlisberger would go to Wheaton for a 26-yard reception that brought the ball to the red zone at the New England 19 for the first down. They handed off to Williams, who then gained 5 yards to make it 2nd and 5 on the New England 14 for the Steelers. Roethlisberger then out of the shotgun hit Heath Miller for a 6-yard reception. We would make it a first down, 1st and goal on the 8 as the 3rd quarter expired. So after 3 quarters of play, it was still 21-11 with the Patriots in the lead by 8. So now to start the 4th quarter of the game, it was 1st and goal on the New England 8 for the Steelers. Now the shotgun, they handed off to Williams, and he picked up no gain. It's now 2nd and goal out of the 8. Roethlisberger goes to Miller. He picks up 3 yards. So now it's 3rd and goal on the 5-yard line out of the shotgun. Roethlisberger incomplete, but a pass interference call against Chung would make it 1st and goal on the 1 for the Steelers. Roethlisberger then threw an incomplete pass to Miller, and that would set up 2nd and goal on the 1. And then Johnson ran for no gain as the Patriots defense was able to stuff him as Saliga and Mayo were there for the stop, and that set up 3rd and goal on the 1. And a false start against the offense of the Steelers would bring them back to the 5-yard line. So it's now 3rd and goal. They're out of the shotgun. They give it to Williams, and he loses a yard. So now it's 4th and goal on the 6, and they brought out Scooby for the 24-yard field goal attempt. It was up. It was good as he makes his 4th field goal attempt, his 2nd field goal of the game. But they were right there on the verge of scoring, and they only came away with 3. So that made the score 21-14. So now after the kickoff, the Patriots would take over on their own 21. And Brady out of the shotgun would go to Rob Gronkowski, who picked up 52 yards on the first play of this drive. And that would set the ball up at the Pittsburgh 27 as he had gone pretty much the length of the field, crossing the 50-yard line. Burst down out of the no huddle in the shotgun. Brady then goes to Edelman, but it was incomplete. And so now it was 2nd and 10 at the Pittsburgh 27. They hand it off to Lewis. He picks up 5 yards, taking up 3rd and 5 from the Pittsburgh 22. Then out of the shotgun, Brady goes to Lewis. He picks up 19 yards, but he fumbled the ball right as he was about the 3-yard line. And so now it's a scramble for the ball, and Rob Gronkowski was Johnny on the spot as he dove for the ball, and he would not let the Pittsburgh defenders take it away from him. Originally, they had called it a touchdown, but upon further review, it was actually 1st and goal on the 1. So it looked like it was a touchdown. I was going crazy when this play happened. And the funny thing about it is that earlier in the day I was thinking about how the Patriots are basically what the Raiders were in the late 70s, early 80s, back when they had John Madden as their coach, just like the Patriots have Belichick. And back then everybody said, oh, the Raiders, they're cheaters, and everybody hated on them, and they were winning Super Bowls. And it's the same kind of thing. And then when this play happened, I was like, oh my God, it's the holy roller. But it wasn't a touchdown. It ended up being 1st and goal on the 1. So 1st and goal on the 1, they give it to Bolden. He ends up getting stopped for no gain. Then 2nd and goal on the 1. Brady ends up throwing an incomplete pass as he was looking for Gronk. And then on 3rd and goal from the 1, Brady goes back to Gronk, and Gronk gets the touchdown as he's in over on the left side. And he didn't get the touchdown on that fumble recovery, but he got it on the reception from Brady that made 4 touchdown passes for Tom Brady to go along with his 4 Super Bowl rings, as they got the 4th one when they revealed that 4th banner. And Gronk gets 3 touchdowns in this game, and all the 4 touchdowns to tight ends. 3 to Gronk, 1 to Chandler. So now the Steelers end up getting the ball back after the kickoff, after the touchback. They had it on their own 20. And they hand it off to Williams out of the shotgun. He picks up 7 yards. That's up 2nd and 3 at the Pittsburgh 27. Roethlisberger out of the shotgun, incomplete pass looking for Brown. Then 3rd and 3, and the 27 still another incomplete pass looking for Wheaton out of the shotgun. And that made the punting unit come out as it was 4th and 3 on their own 27. And they actually got a penalty, but it was declined. And so now New England would take over after the punt, as they ended up with the ball on their own 26. Lewis lost 2 yards on a run. And then 2nd and 12 from the 24. Brady out of the shotgun, incomplete pass looking for Gronk. 3rd and 12 from the 24 still. Brady incomplete looking for Bolden. So now it's 4th and 12, and they would bring out the punting unit. And there was a penalty against the Pats for an illegal formation. And so they would end up punting the ball again. And so now you would end up with Pittsburgh having the ball on their own 36 after the fair catch. And out of the shotgun, Roethlisberger went to Wheaton. He picked up 18 yards. That made it a 1st down across the 50 at the New England 46. Out of the no huddle in the shotgun, Roethlisberger looking for Darius Hayward-Bay, but it's intercepted by Harmon. So Harmon gets the pick, and now the Patriots got the ball back. And so now they would have the ball with just 7 minutes left in this game on their own 7-yard line with the 1st down. Lewis picks up 4 yards to make it 2nd and 6 on the New England 11. Out of the shotgun, Brady then goes to Gronk. He picks up 5 yards and a penalty against the defense for holding. Now his 1st down, it was ended up being enforced. So it was no play, and Gronk could actually get the yards because of the holding penalty. So now it's 1st and 10 at the New England 16. Lewis then picked up a yard on the ground. 2nd and 9 now at the 17. And then Brady ended up hitting Edelman for a 10-yard pass. And so now it was 1st and 10 at the 27. Bolden picks up 3 yards on the ground. It's now 2nd and 7 at the 30. Lewis picks up another 3 yards, and that made it 3rd and 4 at the New England 33. Brady then threw an incomplete pass, and out would come the punting unit as they would punt the ball away to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So now with the punt, that would set up the Pittsburgh Steelers on their own 30-yard line with less than 3 minutes left to play. Out of the shotgun, Roethlisberger throws an incomplete pass. Then 2nd and 10 from the 30. Roethlisberger still out of the shotgun, finds Darius Hayward-Bay, picks up 9 yards to set up 3rd and 1 at the Pittsburgh 39 as they were going out of the no huddle as the 2-minute warning was approaching. And out of the shotgun, Roethlisberger hits the tight end Heath Miller. He picks up 7, and that would make it a 1st down as the 2-minute warning happened. And so now out of the 2-minute warning, it was 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 46. Out of the shotgun, Roethlisberger with an incomplete pass, and now it's 2nd and 10 from the Pittsburgh 46 still. Roethlisberger finds Hayward-Bay for a 2-yard reception. 3rd and 8 now, no huddle. Out of the shotgun from the 48, Roethlisberger hits Antonio Brown. He picks up 13 in the 1st down as the Steelers take their first time out of the second half with about a minute 17 left to play. So now it's 1st and 10 at the New England 39 as they crossed over the midfield. And out of the shotgun, Roethlisberger goes to Antonio Brown for a 29-yard reception. And there was a penalty against Pittsburgh for illegal use of hands on the offensive line against Beecham. So that brings them back to the New England 49, 1st and 20, and Roethlisberger is sacked by Sheard, and so that's a 7-yard loss. So now it's 2nd and 27 at the Pittsburgh 44, no huddle out of the shotgun, and Roethlisberger finds Miller for an 18-yard reception by the tight end, and they take their second timeout, the Steelers did, with less than half a minute left to play. So now it's 3rd and 9 at the New England 38. They're down by 2 touchdowns. And out of the shotgun, Roethlisberger throws an incomplete pass. Now 4th and 9, down by 2 touchdowns, 22 seconds left. And there's no point in kicking a field goal because, for one, a field goal from this distance would be 55 yards. But also it wouldn't make a difference anyway. Even a touchdown doesn't make a difference at this point. But they threw a pass to Murphy. He picked up 16 yards. He got the 1st down. And the Steelers took their final timeout with just over 10 seconds left. And now 1st and 10 at the New England 22 out of the shotgun. Roethlisberger finds Wheaton. He picked up 11 yards and he toe taps out of bounds to stop the clock. So now it's 1st and 10 at the New England 11-yard line. And with 7 seconds left, Roethlisberger finds Antonio Brown crossing across the end zone over on the right side for the touchdown. Screwing up people's fantasies as they get that touchdown in garbage time. As they got 70 yards on this drive, all garbage time yards. Down by 2 touchdowns. Now it's 28-21 with 2 seconds left. And they went for an onside kick. They did not recover. Didn't matter anyway. Even if they did, the time expired. So the final score, Pittsburgh loses to New England in the home opener in Foxboro with the score Patriots 28, Steelers 21. And the Patriots dominated this game. It wasn't as close as 28-21 would indicate. I mean, it was really 21-14 until they got that garbage time touchdown. Even on that drive, the Patriots got that big sack, you know. So it's pretty bogus. I didn't like seeing Brown get that touchdown on Butler when Butler had owned Brown all game long. Of course, weather was a big factor in this game, as both running backs had really good outings. But that's the thing, when you're in bad weather, running backs are going to pick up big yards. As you saw, D'Angelo Williams, he had 127 yards. He averaged 6 yards a carry. He didn't get in the end zone, though. The one touchdown on the ground for Pittsburgh was Will Johnson. The Patriots, all 4 touchdowns were passes by Brady, and all those went to tight ends. But on the ground, Dion Lewis had a pretty good game, 69 yards, 15 carries, averaging 4.6 yards per carry. But of course, like I said, with the weather, with the rain, that's going to actually make it easier for a running back. And the reason is because the offense knows where it's going. So in bad weather, when you know where you're going, that's a huge advantage. The defense does not know where the offense is going per se. They have to react. So when the defense is reacting to the offense in bad weather, they're more likely to be slipping, and it's going to be tough for them to, really get their ground underneath them and to really, get the force and the power behind them when they're trying to push open, and push the offensive linemen and open up the holes to get at the quarterback and also to stuff the run and shut things down. So it makes it easier to run the ball. It makes it easier to, even pass the ball, even though it's tough to catch with the rain. But like I said, once the guy gets it in his hands, you're more likely to, pick up some yards after the catch in the bad weather. Because once you get it, like I said, the defense, one little wrong move and they're out of position, and that turns into a huge gain. You saw the Pittsburgh Steelers were picking up a lot of yards, but they weren't getting in the end zone. They actually had more yards in this game than the Patriots did by almost, actually I think over 100 more yards. Yeah, because they had 464 total yards versus 361 for the Patriots, but 70 of those yards came on that garbage time drive. So, like I said, it wasn't as close as it looked, even though the Steelers did own the time of possession, but the Patriots didn't need a lot of time. They were able to score pretty quick when they did score. And like I said, by watching the game, the Patriots were pretty dominant. They looked in control the whole game. The game never looked in doubt even for 1 second. It was pretty much all Patriots. I mean, there was no score after one quarter, but once the Patriots, they went up, and it was 14-0 and 14-3 going into the locker room at halftime. This thing was really never in doubt. And like I said, that late touchdown is the only reason why it was even a one-touchdown game. It's really a two-touchdown game pretty much for the most part. Anyway, Roethlisberger, his final numbers on the game, he was 26 for 38. He had 351 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. But like I said, if you take away that last drive, then he had less than 300 yards before that final drive. And he also didn't have a touchdown until 2 seconds in the game. So that touchdown came in garbage time. Even though he was without, his center, he's without Bryant at receiver. He's also without Le'Veon Bell, which if Le'Veon Bell had been out there, he probably would have had 200 yards rushing in this weather. But Tom Brady, he had 25 for 32 for 288 yards and 4 touchdowns. As Brady was just dominating in this game. He came out fired up, and it took him a little bit to score, but in the second quarter they got those 2 touchdowns to Gronkowski. He picked up another one in the fourth quarter, plus that touchdown to Chandler. 4 touchdowns is always a good thing, and just shy of 300 yards. So, once they got the lead, then they were kind of running the ball. Although they only ran the ball 24 times, and Brady passed it 32 times. But as I said, Lewis, 15 carries, 69 yards for the Patriots. Williams, 21 carries for 127 yards. And then with the receiving, Julian Edelman led the Patriots with 11 receptions. He had the most receptions of anyone in the game, and he had the most yards for the Patriots with 97 yards receiving. Rob Gronkowski had 5 receptions for 94 yards and 3 touchdowns. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Antonio Brown had the most receiving yards in the game with 133 off of 9 receptions. He also had that touchdown with 2 seconds left, though. Heath Miller had 8 receptions for 84 yards. Darius Hayward-Bay with 4 receptions for 58 yards. Markus Wheaton, 3 receptions for 55 yards. And Dion Lewis, he actually had over 100 total yards because he had 69 rushing yards and he had 51 receiving yards off of 4 catches. So he had 120 total yards. And Amendola, 2 catches for 24 yards as well. And on defense, the leading tackler for the Patriots was Donta Hightower. He had 8 tackles. Will Allen was the leading tackler for the Steelers. He had 8 tackles as well. And both had sacks. So Hightower had a sack and Allen also had a sack. And for the Patriots, Jabal Sheard also had a sack and Malcolm Brown had a sack as well. So they had 3 sacks for the team. Bud Dupree had a sack for the Steelers, making that 2 for Pittsburgh. Shazier had 7 tackles. He was looking pretty good. The defense of the Pittsburgh was looking pretty good, but against the Hall of Fame quarterback Tom Brady, it's going to be tough to stop them. And I thought both teams actually came out of this game looking good. Of course, with the bad weather, it's tough to really get a real good feel for where these teams go moving forward. But Harmon with that interception was looking pretty good in the secondary for New England. Butler was looking really good too. He was shutting down Antonio Brown until that final drive. If it wasn't for that final drive, Brown would have less than 100 yards in this game and no touchdowns. But then garbage time, they picked up a cheapie. So I thought the Patriots defense looked pretty promising, even though there was no Le'Veon Bell, and then no center, no Martavius Bryant. So the Steelers weren't at full force in this game, but I thought they showed some promise too on their defense, which was a big question going into this game without Dick LeBeau, and also no Troy Polamalu, as well as some other players, and they got some young guys out there, but they were looking pretty good. The Steelers, that's how they do. They always are good at bringing in young talent and developing that talent. And of course the Patriots, they had some losses on their defensive end as well, and in their secondary, most notably Darrelle Revis. But Butler, I thought he stepped up big time, and of course he had that huge play in the Super Bowl to win it. But in this game, he played one heck of a game. He was actually asked to do a lot more tonight than he was in that game, and he stepped up big time. Like I said, there was that one touchdown at the end, but that was just a cheapie. So I thought he did an excellent job at corner. The Patriots looked really good overall. Of course, Gronkowski, he's a beast. He's the best tight end in football, and Brady's the best quarterback. And right here, they started off strong. Haters are going to hate. And they're going to hate. That was even the thing in the second quarter, or actually the first quarter, rather. There was this whole thing about that the Steelers coaches were hearing the Patriots radio, I think like BCN or whatever it is, where they broadcast the football game, and they were hearing the play-by-play from the radio station, and then people are gonna be like, oh yeah, it's controversy, the Patriots with it. It's like, hello, is the rain. Obviously anybody who knows anything about wireless communication, you'll be on your phone, all of a sudden it gets crossed and you're hearing something else. You're like, who is this person, who am I talking to? That happens. And actually, as soon as they became aware of it, they shut off all the headsets for everybody until they fixed the problem. They fixed it, and that was dealt with. So that's just the thing with the weather, But in football, there are no rainouts. And come rain or shine, they play the games. And this was a heck of a game. It was very entertaining. No matter who you were rooting for, it was one hell of a game. And even if you aren't a fan of either of these two teams, it was definitely an entertaining game to watch. It was a good one to start off the season. They started off the season right here with some good football. Definitely looking forward to the rest of the games this weekend. But as for this one, this is one in the books, and this is pretty much how I saw this one going down. If you want to check out my other videos where I picked all the games for the entire season. But the Patriots start off on the right foot. They got one under their belt. Now it's just 15 more to go. And the Steelers going to look to bounce back after this loss. But they actually showed a lot of promise, especially with the losses that they have, not having all their players available. So I'm sure they'll get plenty of wins moving forward. But as for this one, the Patriots win with the final score, New England 28, Pittsburgh 21. Let me know your thoughts about the game in the comments section below. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and have a great weekend, and enjoy all the sports.